This is the 11-foot Onewind hammock with the integrated bug net. Integrated just means that it's sewn in and has a zipper. Actually has a zipper on both sides, which I really like that aspect of it. But here's a big question. Is this a good hammock or is it gonna leave you hanging? Let's get into it. I can feel the hammock straps in here. Let's go ahead and, or the tree straps. Let's go ahead and take these out. It's very similar to their 12-foot hammock. Got logo name there. Got a strap saver on it. Right off the bat, I can tell you one thing I do really like is that with the integrated bug net, it's got zippers on both sides. So if you want to get out of it on this side or on that side, you've got separate zipper sets. Let me show you here. So you've got the zippers here on this side. You can see there are zippers here on this side. I typically like to have these down here. By the way, I'm Adam Katz for the Hardcore Camping Gear channel. If you know how to like, subscribe, share, if you know, you guys aren't idiots, you know how it works. Hey guys, this is difficult to film, but I think it's important. So when you get this, when you have this attached Ridgeline, it may come like this, and it can be a little bit confusing at first. So the way that you want to do this is there's like a knot at the end, and you're going to kind of pull it out. So you just kind of pinch right here. You're pinching where the two edges come together, and you just kind of pull it out like that. And then if you hold it, you can tighten the Ridgeline like that. So they give you a stake and they give you some shock cord, some stretchy shock cord. And what I've done is I've just used a square knot and tied it onto the end of the stake. I'm gonna go around the far side. There's a attachment point which will pull out the hammock in theory, and we'll see how that works. I don't know if you can see here, but at the top of the Ridgeline they put a hook, and in that separate package they actually give you a couple of continuous loops. You can put your own prusik knots up here to hang different stuff off. So I know they sell, Onewind sells some like pockets, hanging pockets that you can put glasses and different stuff in, which I think is kind of a cool idea. So I am what some people might call an idiot savant. I'm really good at a few things and really just an idiot when it comes to everything else. Like the excess cord for this Ridgeline, I have no idea what to do with this. So I just kind of tied it up a little bit, and it's just kind of hanging down. So if any of you guys know what to do with this, I couldn't get it to slide back into the encasement of the Ridgeline. So I just kind of tied it up and pushed it over here. But maybe there is some kind of trick to getting it all inside of the Ridgeline. Okay, so this is much more acceptable with the guy lines pulling the fabric out, so it's not completely falling in my face, even with the hat off. Yeah, and it's May 20th in North Central Florida. It is hot. It's going to be 94 today, and it's probably already about 87, I would guess, and super humid. So not the most comfortable environment to be doing this in, but so far not terrible. And I am liking this hammock a lot better than the 12-foot one, which just had way too much. See, there's like all this fabric kind of falling in, way too much fabric. Although, to be fair, guy lining out this side has helped quite a bit. So they only give you two guy lines, so I may get some additional stakes and just use some paracord and guy line out the other side and see how that affects the overall comfort level. But this is a workable scenario right here. I really feel like I could spend the night, and I think probably get a pretty decent amount of sleep with this type of a setup. And I'm loving the fact that the bug net is attached. So I've got the Snug Pack jungle blanket and a little half inflated red camp pillow, and that was fine. I didn't need an underquilt or a mat because it was It only got down to like 70 degrees. What I didn't notice when I was in there so much, but I'm really noticing now, a couple hours later, is that it is very damp. It is very, very damp. So they do sell kind of like an undercover, if you will, which is supposed to help with the dampness. And I'm not sure if it's because I'm not running a tarp above exactly where that dampness came from. But it is fairly, I'm not gonna say wet, but it is very damp. So that might be something to look at. The other thing is, these are really made for the underquilt, or the undercover. Let's call it the undercover, not specifically for tie outlines. So if I didn't have this on, the fabric would kind of curl over me a little bit more than I'm typically comfortable with. There's one other hammock that I'd really like to play around with, which is the Jungle Nest. And the reason why is that it's got an integrated, like a frame, like a piece of bendable metal of some sort that goes right over here, and it keeps the bug net off you. So with that, it's an endless thing with gear. You buy one, you buy another, you buy another. But with that feature, you don't need to have the tie outs. So anyways, those are my thoughts. Let's go back inside and we'll wrap this up. By the way, affiliate link in the description below. This was about $75 if I remember correctly when I purchased it. I purchased the 12-foot one about a year ago and played around with that. It didn't have the integrated bug net. I didn't like it as much. Also, there was a lot of excess fabric. So if you're about 6 foot, 6'1" like I am, roughly 195, maybe 190 pounds on a good day, this is probably the one you want to get.